Making headlines, President inaugurates the harbour and initiates water services in Dangeti. President underlines the youth is the greatest asset of a nation. And Housing Minister raises questions why religious scholars and political parties formed with the sole purpose of protecting Islam in the country are following leaders and parties who defame the religion. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I'm Nasma Abdul Mohsen and this is News in English. President Abdullah Yamin Abdul Qayyum inaugurates the harbour and initiates the water services in Dangeti in Alifudal Atoll. At the ceremony, President Yamin unveiled the monument placed to commemorate the completion of both projects. During the visit, the President also met with the island's community. The President is currently on a two-day visit to some islands of Alifu Atoll, Alifudal Atoll, Babu Atoll and Dalu Atoll. President Abdullah Yamin Abdul Qayyum underlines the youth is the greatest asset of a nation. Addressing the function held to mark the completion of the road development project in Mahibadu in Alifudal Atoll, President Abdullah Yamin highlighted the efforts exerted by the administration in providing more educational opportunities for the youth. The President also noted that the groundbreaking progress being achieved in the education sector as positive results of the policies implemented by the administration. Speaking at the ceremony, President Yamin also lauded the top achievements of Maldives in the top universities of the world and in international examinations. Moreover, addressing the ceremony, the President revealed plans to conduct a land reclamation project for Mahibadu if given a second term in office. In this regard, the President said the land area of Mahibadu will be increased by 50% to 10 hectares. The President expressed the administration has spent nearly $570 million for the development of the islands across the Maldives. In this regard, the President said the administration spent over $7.3 million for the development of Mahibadu. During his visit to Mahibadu, President Yamin participated in the ceremony to mark the completion of road development project. After departing from Mahibadu, the President then visited Mativeri in Alifu Atoll, where he met with the island's community. Minister of Housing and Infrastructure Dr. Muhammad Muiz raises questions why religious scholars and political parties formed with the sole purpose of protecting Islam in the country are following leaders and parties who defame the religion. Addressing the ceremony held at Mahibadu in Alifudal Atoll as part of the trip of President Abdullah Yamin Abdul Qayyum, Housing Minister Muiz criticized the opposition and its leaders who have fled the country to avoid serving jail sentences for their crimes. The Housing Minister questioned religious scholars what they want to achieve by following leaders who undermine and disrespect the religion. Noting that Adalat Party was formed to uphold Islamic principles and values, the Minister said the mosque in Mudiage was used by former President Mohammed Nasheed to store alcoholic drinks, adding religious scholars do not have the chance to make any statement which Maldivians will believe if they continue to follow such leaders. Moreover, Dr. Muiz said September 23rd will decide whether the country will move forward with development or repeat the unfortunate events when Maldivian Democratic Party MDP came to power in 2008. Elections Commission of Maldives condemns the spread of misinformation regarding the upcoming presidential election by some media to mislead the public. In a statement, the Elections Commission reiterated it is mandated to ensure a free, fair and credible presidential election is held in Maldives, adding the decisions are made unanimously among the members and not just by the President of the Commission. Noting the number of polling stations and resorts were decided with regard to previous elections, the electoral body said the number of boxes was increased to ensure every individual is given a fair chance to vote. Moreover, refuting rumors regarding the re-registration process, The Elections Commission slammed the process of re-registration was held similar to previous elections, highlighting no new methods were implemented. Furthermore, regarding the rumors spread citing the visit of Laxon Group of South Africa, the electoral body said information of the trip made by delegates of Laxon Group were shared with all relevant authorities. The Elections Commission has been exerting major efforts to ensure a free, fair and credible presidential election is held on the 23rd of September. The Commission has advised all media to responsibly spread news instead of false information that mislead the public. Minister of Education Dr. Aishat Shiham advises to use knowledge and education to its best. Addressing the second graduation ceremony of Maldives National University held on Sinamala Bridge, Education Minister Aishat Shiham noted the importance of researching by utilizing the education attained before acting or responding. The minister said peace will be maintained if every individual thought about what is happening in the surrounding environment and by exerting efforts to eliminate double standards in the community. During the ceremony, 781 students graduated from Maldives National University. Maldives Media Institute MMI holds a special training program for staff of Maldives Inland Revenue Authority MIRA. The training program held upon request of MIRA was focused on production and related topics. Programs coordinator of MMI Muhammad Sharif said participants acquired knowledge in 5 separate topics related to production, including camera shooting, sounds and lights, editing, production and social media management. According to MMI, the one-week training was participated by 5 staff of MIRA.
رئيس الجمهورية عبد الله.
Maldives Business Awards opens voting line for finalists in individual excellence. Speaking at a press conference held at Blazon Incorporated, CEO and Managing Director Hassan Hilmi revealed nominations for individual categories of the awards have been opened until the 14th of September. In this regard, Hassan Hilmi stated public can now vote for Young Entrepreneur of the Year, Businesswoman of the Year and Inspirational Leader of the Year along with Entrepreneur of the Year. Finalists of the Young Entrepreneur of the Year are Ali Haris, Fatmat Nada and Raida Shafiq, while Fatmat Nada and Fatmat Nahula are finalists for Businesswomen of the Year. Meanwhile, finalists for Inspirational Leader of the Year are Ahmad Shahid, Abdul Majid and Ibrahim Abdul Razak Halim, while Muhammad Ali Jannah, Jadullah Ismail and Saudullah Ahmad are the finalists for Entrepreneur of the Year. Maldives Business Awards is the first ever awards conferred in recognition of outstanding individuals in the business sector of the country. Business Award will be conferred in 3 categories which include Enterprise Excellence Award, Individual Excellence Award and Industry Excellence Award. Maldives Business Awards is hosted by Blazon Incorporated, which is a public relations and marketing management company established in the Maldives. Leaders and business representatives from China and Africa hold a high-level dialogue to discuss how to boost economic and trade collaboration in Beijing. The dialogue is a prelude to the Beijing summit on the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation (FOCAC). China's President Xi Jinping delivered a speech saying China is willing to cooperate with Africa to forge closer relations in industry, trade and infrastructure so as to promote common and sustainable development. President Xi said African entrepreneurs are welcome to China to do business. He also encouraged Chinese investment in Africa. This year marks the 40th anniversary of reform and opening up. President Xi said after 4 decades of development, China has become the world's second largest economy. He added that Africa and China have a similar outlook and want to present the special bilateral relationship as a role model for South-South cooperation. He hailed China's contribution to African development in sectors such as manufacturing, agriculture and healthcare, and said the continent was now looking for further cooperation in green energy and in the fourth industrial revolution. Many business representatives at the dialogue agreed the cooperation between China and the continent in industrialization, food security, public health, disease prevention has a promising future. CEO of Kenya Private Sector Alliance, KEPSA, Carol Kariuki, said China's coming to Africa and building infrastructure inside the inland of Africa really creates a different type of economic development.
But now we're seeing China coming back to Africa, but very differently. When the West came to Africa, they developed a lot of the infrastructure leading out of Africa. But what we're seeing China coming in and working with African governments is leading infrastructure to inside the inland of Africa. So that really creates a different type of economic development, because then we're starting to see connectivity within the African countries that hasn't been there for many, many years. So this is very interesting to see how then are we going to do trade with China and Africa, but within also African countries. And so this meeting becomes very, very important on how Africa can also trade among themselves and do investments, but also how they can work with China to really improve their infrastructure, which has been a real problem in Africa for many years.
We now take a short break for Astro Prayers. Please stay with us.